Skeletor to King Randor. Skeletor to King Randor. Come in, you royal boob.
Prince of Eternia, defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull.
I have you now, you muscle-bound oaf.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
It's showtime.
Welcome to Monday Night Uncensored. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP, from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What's going on, Mikey? How you doing on this Monday? Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to all of Bills Mafia rocking with us tonight.
I'm doing well. Glad to be back. Last week was rough for me. You know, I told you in text, and then I called you today. Dude, I got to the point where I couldn't walk. You know, it started on Sunday until I didn't actually get to be able to get out of bed and walk around until Thursday. Finally got back into the office on Friday. It was a rough week. Like, I've made fun of people who had back injuries in the past. Like, nah, it's not that big a deal. I've had, strained my back. Dude, it's crippling.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough, dude. Like, it was the first time I've ever actually felt my age.
Oh my God.
I broke my back.
So you were ready for tonight, weren't you?
What are you talking about? What?
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Yeah. It was
Dude, I had to do it to you, Mikey. But yeah, dude, I know about back pain.
Bill says don't end up in the hospital. Like, it was bad. Like, it was the point where I couldn't even move on my bed, get my lower body to do the things I wanted to do. It was weird, I will say. Like, yeah, people who have back injuries, I tip my cap to you. I've torn my ACL and gone through it, and I was telling you on the way home today when we were talking. That's the worst pain I've ever been in.
Dude, it's. I told you, we talked for a little bit, but yeah, I told you my back issues. But people don't, if you don't really have them or never really went through them,
feel lucky.
Woo! Yeah, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to play with. It does. It puts you out of commission, and you're pretty much, bedridden for a little bit until that back gets right. But yeah, man, I totally understand, man. Especially when you get older, man. It's not like when you're young and you can you go, we get through those times pretty easy, right? You could bend your ankle when you're young. It's no big deal. You keep on running, right?
Right.
Get older, man. It's like it's hell, man.
Like I said, it's the first time I've ever felt my age, and Roy's like I couldn't walk to get to the car, right? Like I couldn't stand up. Like when I had to go to the bathroom, my wife and my daughter had to come in and like help carry me to the bathroom. It was bad.
Yeah, that is bad. Yeah. No, like I said, I know all too much about back injuries.
All because I wanted to go golfing.
Oh, hey, golfing and
moving concrete.
When you get in your 40s, yeah, you gotta like that shit. Yeah, dude, like you can't defeat Father Time, and that shit catches up to you. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. You know what I mean? Like that like it don't matter. Your back is everyone has the same back, man. But yeah, I hear you, man. But anyways, yeah, you're back, and we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to cover tonight as far as like stuff that I could pull up for this slow off season. As this part of the off season where we're just kind of fishing for things to talk about, but there is a pretty good amount of stuff to talk about. What up, Sandra? How you doing? Yeah. So the first thing I did want to get into, because I think we're good with
how
the chat
excited
right now.
we are.
How excited we are to have Mikey back.
Absolutely. So excited about the season.
Mm-hmm.
I am, and it goes back to what the title of the show is tonight. This is the time of season you're going to start seeing all the rankings come out. We'll talk about that tonight.
Yep.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got some stuff I want to go over tonight with you, Mikey. Some stuff will be quicker than others, and then we'll get to the main stuff. But yeah, the title of the show tonight, we'll probably talk about that about midway through or halfway through the podcast, which is Jim Leonhard's defensive scheme and what that's going to look like in 2026 and why I feel, and I'm going to see how you feel about it, is going to really shake up the NFL, at least teams that have played us and gotten used to us. And honestly, that kind of goes to the offense too. But tonight we'll dig into the defense, and then maybe next Monday we'll dig into Joe Brady's offense with Carmichael and why that might look different, and why teams are also going to have to really do new film study on the Buffalo Bills in 2026. But that'll be later, so stick with this, guy. So right now I did want to talk about our newest safety, CJ Gardner-Johnson, that we picked up in the offseason. And he sat down, had an interview, and I won't go through this whole thing, but I'll kind of give you the quotes that he had. So he said, "I'm a firecracker," Bills safety CJ Gardner-Johnson said.
He ain't wrong.
Right. But I haven't been a captain ever in my life. They say you got to lead the right way. Well, my definition of leading is winning. All right. So that's one part, and there's a lot to it. So he also, of course, just real quick, and who cares about what AB says, because AV came out and said he's ass. So AB's an idiot. So we all know
CJ relevant.
Right. CJ Gardner-Johnson. Correct. He's proven himself not to be ass. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to, we're not going to continue on as far as what AB had to say, but I'll continue on with this. So he did mention, let's see here. It says, okay, right here. It says, if y'all got to cut me, if y'all going to cut me, Gardner-Johnson added in his recent interview with Graham. But I'll give nobody reasons to cut me. I haven't. I don't. I'm not a cancer. There's nobody in this locker room in Buffalo that says Chauncey's a problem. The media loves me. The only thing that'll do it is something that triggers somebody that has a say in the building within a particular franchise that can alter somebody else's mind. That happens every time. He says, that's how I got cut in Houston. One person, a friend of the GM, that's not technically a part of the organization, called me a bitch. A B word, bitch, in West Virginia during training camp. I get out my body and say something to them. He says something to the GM, and the next thing I know, I'm cut. I mean, I don't know if that's the reason, but he feels that's the reason, Mikey. So if that's true, that's pretty shitty. But once again, I don't know why he was cut there. What do you think?
I think that's probably part of it. you know, there's 3 stories to every
Correct.
thing,
That's
right?
exactly.
Each side and then the truth. I believe that's part of it, probably. But you have to remember, he also comes in with a reputation of being a difficult player to deal with, you know, and
correct.
Their defense was so good. Maybe they felt like his antics weren't needed in the locker room and they felt like it's time to let him go. I don't think they cut him in training camp though, did they?
Apparently, I mean, that's what they said. Yeah.
I don't remember when he was cut.
I mean, he said, I mean, he
because
said
then he
it
ended
there.
up on the Ravens practice squad, and then he was gone off the practice squad quick too.
He got cut there, and he mentions it. So
yeah.
But apparently, yeah. So this goes on, and we'll get. I know there's a thing in the chat we'll get to in a minute. So he says it was apparently a sticky situation down in Texas last September. But be that as it may, Buffalo doesn't appear to be bothered by Gardner Johnson's bravado. And then he says here, he mentions something else that's interesting. I think people say, oh, he's crossed the line plenty of times. But over the course of my career, I have a good tendency of, like, you know, towing the line and having my teammates to be able to tow it with me and really playing feisty and going out there and understanding that you've got to play with that passion and that chip on your shoulder playing for the city. And then Joe Brady chimed in. He's not afraid of suffering any sort of consequences for being loud and proud with the Bills this season. And he's damn sure doesn't care what other players like Antonio Brown have to say during a late night post on social media. And then he said something that's really interesting. Let me see if it's here. It's somewhere. It says, my grandma always told me you need to be patient to be cocky. That's just what it is. I've been patient enough to win a Super Bowl. That's my ultimate goal. I've been slapped in the face by the business so many times to the point where it's like, I don't look at other guys no more. Gardner Johnson continued with The Athletic. I look at myself and how I can affect things. Just go to the building, make plays. You can't name no other safety in the NFL that has done what I've done. Go look at my body of work. And he says, that's why I say fuck my critics. I love the media, but I truly don't know what's going to happen next. So I'll lead by my actions on the field. That see don't make me, because when somebody comes up to me on the sideline and says, we need to play from you, that lets me know everything I need to know. And then he goes on and talks about, where is it? Okay. And then he says, where is it? The part where he says something about the off field. Damn. Well, anyways, there's a part, and because this isn't the full article, there's a part of that where he mentions, like, I have no off-field issues, never in my career. Yeah. And I'm considering it, like, and I don't know why he's, you know, like, but yet I'm being cut. I can't even make it past, like, you know, 4 months on a team. So it is, I do got to ask though, why is it that he is continuing to bounce from team to team? He's been on, I think, 7 teams now, 4 past like year.
He is a unique individual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've heard how the Bills talk about him. He's the loudest guy always.
Right.
You know, you have to be able to deal with the personality that comes with it. And there are certain guys, you have it in the wide receiver room. He's that way as a safety. He makes plays. Right. He's the guy that you want on your team, but you don't want to play against. And if you don't have a locker room who is that can deal with that type of personality, it can get under guys' skin. Because if someone's not doing what they're supposed to do, he's not going to be quiet about it. He's going to call them out about it. And if they are a longtime player or a captain or a team leader or whatever, he's not going to, you know, hold his tongue. He's going to say what is on his mind.
Right.
And that doesn't go over well. It's accountability, right? So I think part of it could be tied back to that. And, you know, look at Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips didn't work anywhere else but Buffalo.
That's true. Yeah, I think certain players, you might be right. Certain players might have, but it's weird with CJ. I think
he's gonna be fine this year.
I think he's gonna be fine because I think the players understand him by now, at least, and a lot of the I think we also have a Saints
Josh Allen quarterback. Yeah, we do.
Then
you also have Josh Allen as your quarterback. Josh Allen isn't known as this button-up, fiery, asshole type of leader. He's going to crack, you know, these nuts jokes on you and talk shit. And, you know, he was voted as the best trash talker. Like, the Bills locker room is used to someone being loud and boisterous and talking crap.
Right.
But if he keeps it light and doesn't take things so serious and he fits in, I don't think there's going to be a problem. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it'll work out here. The only question is, will it work out longer than a year? Like, it just seems like wherever he goes, it's a 1-year stint. I mean, that's pretty much what it's been like for him. And that's why I think I even told. Right. But it's just odd that he only, you know what I mean? That there's no extensions. There's no, we want you back. Now, Philly did take him back the second time around.
They've always taken him back. As a matter of fact, it's been the same D coordinator.
Yeah. But they did let him go, though. They did let him go for a year. When Chicago brought him back last year and they didn't re-sign him because it comes back to money. Like for the Bills, will they sign him next year? It really depends on what they see in Kilgore. Right, that is
true. If
Kilgore
is progressing, they're not going to re-sign him to a big contract. They're also going to have to give Cole Bishop a contract after this year. So are they going to pay crazy amounts of money for their 2 safeties? Probably not. They're going to want to pay Cole and probably have that cheap contract in Kilgore if Kilgore is progressing. So will it be because the Bills don't want him back? No, they would probably love to have them back. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things of, you can't pay everybody.
Right. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about that. I hope what they wind up doing. I mean, listen, I always say I want the best player on the field, right? So it doesn't matter if a player is drafted in the first round, if a player is drafted in the 6th, you know what I mean? If the 6th round player is playing better, I want him on the field. I know it sucks, but that's the way it goes. So CJ Gardner-Johnson's having one of those type of years where we're getting. We're going through the season. He's everything that we expected him to be. It's going to be interesting to see what they do because I know sometimes Brandon Beane does do in-season extensions. So I don't know if you want to wait till the offseason either, but we'll see when it comes to that. I'm not too worried. That's not something I'm like over thinking. There was another guy. A guy that I think is going to get extended, and you kind of were like, you're on the fence, or you don't really know. You're not too sure if they will, and I think you're leaning more.
I'll believe it when I've seen it.
And that's Osiris Torrance. That's correct.
Here's my thing: I just don't see how they can re-sign him and have 4, unless Dion's gone next year. We can't have 4 highly paid offensive linemen. You just can't.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we don't know what he's wanting. That's one. Sure. 2. We also know that the salary cap continues to go up. This is never going to be an issue, I don't think, moving forward with the NFL as far as it going down or staying put. It's going to continue to go up the way they're structuring the business as far as the NFL goes and getting more international games and getting more streaming deals. So I think they take that. Yeah.
Also, they could to be on that side. They could structure his contract too to where. This year he's fine. They could bring him back to a really cheap deal next year and have it kick in
28
to 28 when maybe Dion or someone like that isn't
That's
with
a good
us
point.
anymore.
That's a great point.
Like, there's a way to structure it to where his big salary doesn't kick in until some of the other ones have fallen off.
Right. Maybe he gets more of a bonus or something the next year or something, and they spread it out, or it kicks in. It really kicks in at 28, like you said. So it's very possible, but it is a good sign that that did come out where both sides are actually having those talks. And I think players, they like to get that shit over with. What I mean? I don't think Osiris Torrance wants to really, I mentioned this to you before too. He's been on the any player that's been on an NFL team for, I would say, more than 3 years, or they kind of feel comfortable, right? They're at home unless shit's going really bad, right? Like the organization's a failure, and you know what I mean. You're flipping through coaches. Like our organization's pretty good, right? Like in I'm sure he's made a home for himself here in Buffalo, that is, and I think players look at that too. You know what I'm saying? He wants to get paid, but he also probably considers, do I really want to get up in for a couple mil more, go somewhere else where maybe it's not such a great place? Like that all has to come into, into consideration when these players sign these deals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but what's going on, everybody? And to answer your question, Roy, I know about, because I talked to Aramis off, off
awesome.
camera or
So
whatever.
they're joining BIB.
Yeah, so they linked
Good for
up
them.
with Built in Buffalo. We I don't care. Listen, I was with them for 1 year with Aramis doing our pregame show. David's a good guy over there. I got no beef with them or anything like that. I think it's I think it's a good thing for Post Podium Podcast because Built in Buffalo has a really good following on Facebook, so that's only going to help out their network. And I told that to Aramis, and once again, David's a good guy, so David's going to work well with them. But yeah, I wish them the best luck in that, and with them joining together.
Listen, I'm always happy for people like that to join. Built in Buffalo, Fanatics, Cover Run, all those guys have been around, have a really big platform.
Yeah.
Seeing some of these others, and we went over to Buffalo Fan Base and we did some stuff with Fan Base. We've done stuff with some other ones, and
Dan Mitchell.
Great. We do stuff with Dan Mitchell. That cross thing. That's awesome for them. Like I'm happy for Keys and Aramis to go over there and take their show to new heights. It's fantastic.
Absolutely, you get new eyes on what you're doing over there. So no, man, I wish them the best, and I think they'll reap the benefits of doing that.
And I think it'll be a win-win both ways because them bringing that type of show.
Absolutely,
Built in Buffalo.
It's different.
Also, it's a different vibe. It'll be a good partnership. It'll be win-win. You have to be win-win when you do stuff like that across the board. So happy for both ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still friends of the channel. Love those guys.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. But all right, so moving forward. So
here's another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What second-year player will have the biggest impact this season?
Good question. Second-year player. Okay. So
I have who
player. So
I think it's going to be, then I have who I would hope it's going to be.
So I'm just trying to think of last year. So Maxwell Harrison, Deion Walker,
Landon Jackson,
Sanders. Okay. I think it's going to probably be Deion Walker. I think Deion Walker is probably the guy that takes the next step or the biggest step forward. However, I will say I do think players like TJ Sanders could also take a step forward. I don't know about a giant step forward, but I think he could take a step forward into year two with Jim Leonhard's defense as well, being young and someone that can move around the line like Leonhard likes as well. Maxwell Harrison's interesting as well, but I would say those two, and I would say more so on Deion Walker.
I think the biggest impact will be Deion Walker. I think the biggest jump is going to be Landon Jackson.
I hope, man.
With his body game and his new role, where he's not going to be expected to try to bend the corner and stuff, and it's going to be a power game. I think you'll see the biggest jump in production. I'm hoping it's going to be Landon Jackson, but the biggest impact, Walker's has all the ability to be like Chris Jones and Dexter Lawrence and be that type of player.
Yeah,
like everyone knew it was
in
there.
College.
Yeah, everyone knew it was there. It's like, can you get it out of him? And he showed flashes of it last year. If he can get more consistent, he's already dropped some weight and is playing better. Like, I have a feeling he could be a true impact guy.
Yeah, and the weight's good too for his back, by the way, because that's kind of what his issue was. His last year in college, and then obviously going into the offseason last year was a little bit of a back problem. So the weight loss should help as well with that.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying Walker or one of the two. Walker or Maxwell. A lot of does Hoyt count, even though he's been in the league longer? Listen, I'm excited for Hoyt to get back. That guy is just all motor. Like,
yeah,
I'm ready for that guy to get back. I don't know what we're gonna get out of him this year, but man, like, he can play on the line. He is so Zoe. He's there's no Alexander reincarnated on the football field. And I'm excited to see what Jim Leonhard can do with him. Sometimes he can be at middle linebacker. Sometimes he can be outside linebacker. Sometimes he can be on the line. Like, I'm excited for what's next.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do have Mr. Fulton in the house, the most interesting man in the chat. It's been a while since we've seen him.
What does he got to say?
Because I'm getting ready for my big Last Talent show this Wednesday on July 1st for me. My new original song, America 250. That's me and my music therapy Caitlin Morris, we wrote it, and now it's on Spotify right now. Right on. Congrats, Mr. Fulton. Happy
There
for you, brother.
Yo, look at you, Spotify.
Right?
Good stuff.
Best fan base in the world. Yeah. You know it is.
Absolutely.
Time Mikey gets you too.
Oh, go to?
Yeah.
Go to, guys. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I like it.
All right.
know?
So I do have the next thing that we'll pull up. Now we're caught up with the chat.
Yeah.
So we can, because we got some longer articles that it's going to take some time tonight.
Knowing that's the second year, while you're pulling this up,
Yeah.
who's your third year impact guy?
Third year impact guy.
Mm-hmm. So
From the draft class?
That's the
From the draft?
So
right?
Third year. So that's the Cole Bishops and
Yeah. So that one then is probably easy
Keon
for me.
Coleman's.
I'd say Cole Bishop. I think that he's continuing
who's their biggest step?
So we had who in that draft? Keon, Cole, and who else? Refresh my memory on that draft, please. Because I don't recall.
I know it's Coleman, Bishop. Then I think we had Carter, who could be the biggest leap. And then we had Carter. Then we had.
I'll tell you right now. So we had Keon Coleman. We had Coleman. We had Bishop. We had Dwayne Carter. Ray Davis. I don't know. I forgot about him. SVP. And then Solomon is another guy.
Ooh,
and
Solomon
Grable.
Solomon could take a big jump.
Yeah. So looking at that, I would say Solomon's the dark horse. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know yet. Right. But I would say he's a dark horse because he was a dynamic in college. Right. What he did in a 3-4. And now we're going to the 3-4. Young player with a lot of, very athletic. But he's also, I feel like he's limited as well, right? So what can Leonhard get out of him, right, is the question. And then Ray Davis, I think I know what Ray Davis is by now. You know what I mean? And I like Ray Davis, and I think Ray Davis is a really good running back, RB2.
Good football player.
Yeah, but I just don't know if he has like this high ceiling where I'm like, oh, he's going to take this major leap.
He's not James Cook.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So for me, I would say Cole Bishop because it's just the way it's going with him, right? You could just see it. Keon Coleman, that's an interesting one. I think
he's shown flashes of it. He's shown flashes.
He has. It's all about his maturity, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he could be mature going into camp, right, and into preseason games and showing that he's willing to do whatever it takes for the team, not him, but for the team, then I think he could take a step forward. I do. But if he is once again missing practice or late or taking plays off, or he just doesn't look like he's in it, or he's getting game day scratch, a healthy scratch, no jersey, then I would say it's a wrap, right? It's not going to work out at that point. But I still think he has potential to be something, to provide something for the offense.
Could be the biggest leap this year?
No,
because we know impact is Bishop. Who's gonna take the biggest leap from the third year?
I'll put both on Bishop. I can't trust myself, and it's too bad because I wanted the Bills to draft Coleman, but I just. You know how it is, man. Fool me once, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think he can, but I can't say it. You know what I mean? Like I've been fooled.
Then
already.
I will take Coleman or Bishop as the impact. The biggest leap, I'm going to say Dwayne Carter. Dwayne Carter has a chance to be the backup at nose.
Right,
he can have the biggest. He's gained a weight. If he could come in and show us to be a valuable, depth player at nose, so we can move Walker to the 4-eye or 5 tech at times, that would be huge for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good one.
Grable could be a good one. I think Beth talking about it. Grable is now the swing tackle. Now that RVD's gone,
If
he has to play, that's going to be a huge leap.
I'm very curious if the Bills move on from one of these offensive linemen in a trade before the season starts.
Oh, it's got some of the guards, absolutely.
They've been known to do that.
You're going to see either SVP, you're going to see Cushenberry, you're going to see Corbett, you're going to see one of those guys.
Yep. And those guys are tradable, by the way. They all have, something that a team would want. And offensive linemen are tough to come by.
We have Grable as the swing tackle, and then we have the 2 tackle prospects that we drafted last year that both can kick inside. 1 or 2 of those guys aren't going to make the team.
Right,
so they're going to move off them for picks.
Yep.
JM, this whole maturity issue thing is such a non-problem to me. It's laughable. I just need him to show up and do his damn job. That's all I give a crap about. I don't care about his maturity issues. It's either this year's going to tell you either he's going to be part of this future or he's not. It's going to be one or the other. It's all about how Carmichael. It's not even Joe Brady. It's all about how Pete Carmichael puts him in position to use him. Does he use him like they used Marquise Colston and the old Saints? Because he would do that. Colston ran a lot of seams and slants and, stop routes and out routes and things and use his big body. If they use him that way, then it's great. If they try to use him as an over-the-top guy, it's not going to work.
Right. Yep. I agree.
Coaches right. See, me and Beth are thinking the same way.
See here.
Okay.
Ronnie. All right. So now on to the next. So, as you know, like Stephon Diggs' topic's still kind of hot. It's still kind of hot because he's not signed, so people are still talking about it.
They're talking about him going to Washington, which
they're talking about it,
which we can lead into the next comment about Washington after this. But go ahead.
Right. But it hasn't happened. So, right. So, all right. So this is what would Bills have to do to justify signing Stephon Diggs, right? So it's interesting, and then we'll weigh on it too. So why bring Stephon Diggs back? Says in Diggs' lone season with the Patriots last year, he hauled in 85 catches for 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. While this isn't the elite production he had a few years ago, it still proves that he has something left in the tank. To put these numbers into perspective, in the 2 years since the Bills traded Diggs, Buffalo hasn't had a single 1,000-yard receiver. The team did see Josh Allen win the MVP in his first season without Diggs. And wide receiver room featuring Diggs, Moore, and Shakir would take the pressure off young receivers like Coleman and Bell to step up right away. It's an opportunity to mix in the veterans and young developing receivers. If the Bills brought Stephon Diggs back, it wouldn't be because the team needs a bona fide wide receiver one. While he would see a lot of targets, he doesn't have to be the old version of himself. He just needs to do whatever he's asked. So that's why. So what do you agree with that? You don't agree with that?
No, if they bring him back, that's absolutely how I see them using him.
Okay.
I'm looking at some of the other things. Do you think they'll wear? First off, do I think they'll wear the rivalry jerseys again? Yes, I think they're gonna. They say it's a 2 or 3 year thing with those jerseys.
Yeah.
So we'll see them again. Best is she doesn't want Diggs back.
I think it's 50-50 on that.
We don't
Mafia.
need negativity publicity. CJ is already a risk. Him and Diggs will not get it along. Think about it. Listen, I don't. If Joe Brady and Brandon Beane think Stephon Diggs could come in and help this team, and they think he's going to be fine, because listen, everyone knows Diggs is on his best behavior year one. He always is.
True.
It's the long-term issues that Diggs has, years 3, 4, 5 that they let him go. Now he usually gets tired in a certain situation and he tucks his way out.
Yeah.
If they brought him back for 1 year, it wouldn't be for a lot of money. And would I be upset having Stephon Diggs as the number 2 behind, or number 3 behind Moore or
Shakir?
I wouldn't, because what happens if Moore gets hurt? He hasn't been hurt in his career much, but what if
you're back to square one,
back to where we were last year, and adding an extra, bona fide wide receiver, NFL wide receiver is never a bad thing. Do I think his antics would be a problem? I don't know. Do I really care if Josh is okay with it? and thinks he'd be fine, and Brady and Carmichael and the things think he'd be fine, who am I to second guess what they think?
Exactly. Yeah, that's my feeling. Like, and to be honest with you, Beth, I get what you're saying, but kind of like what we were just reading about CJ Gardner-Johnson, he's never really had problems in the locker room. Like, nobody's really like says CJ Gardner-Johnson's like he's an asshole or we can't stand him.
It's
like
usually management that has problems with him.
It's something right. It has something, and really when he comes down to Diggs, the same thing. Like, I didn't hear anything about like him being this locker room, cancer. Even in Minnesota, it was just his time ran out.
Diggs showing Josh up on the sidelines was the issue.
Yeah, that was the main. Yeah, but even with that, of course, we don't like it. But it didn't seem to be like this ongoing,
They both say a lot of really nice things about each other all the time.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the major problem, right? So for me, look, the good news is DJ Moore's only missed like I think one game his whole career. So the likelihood of him getting hurt, is slim because he just hasn't. Yeah, it just hasn't followed him. He plays through stuff, and it hasn't. No, that hasn't followed his career injuries. That is so. But would I want a number 2? Former number 1 that's still kind of in his, at the tail end of his prime, but still has something left in the tank? Absolutely. Whatever we can add to help us get over that hump and get us into a Super Bowl and win us a Super Bowl, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had your choice between Diggs or Cook, who are you bringing back? Cooks or Diggs?
I told you Diggs, without a shadow of a doubt.
A lot of people feel like Cooks would be a better fit on this team.
Look, I'll tell you this: speed. if you asked me that question again, but took out Diggs and put Palmer, then I would tell you Cooks. You know what I'm saying? Like cut Palmer and say fucking eat the dead cap. You know what I mean? Next year and sign Cooks. If that's let's say Diggs moves on, goes to Washington, whatever. We just don't want Diggs. Sure, absolutely. But if you're gonna put them two and I have an option for it, it's on the shelf. I'm taking the Diggs cereal. Or the Cook cereal.
You're taking the player, not the person.
Yeah, I'm taking the better cereal.
Listen, if Cardi B walked away, there's got to be a damn good reason.
Yeah, so let's see why they say we shouldn't bring her back.
So you talk about CJ Gardner-Johnson not having off-field issues. Diggs has off-field issues.
Exactly, right. So that that's kind of and that also I think plays a part in why maybe he's not signed yet either. Like teams do. I mean, I know we didn't talk about it yet, and we can, I guess, briefly talk about it. Terry and Arnold for the Detroit Lions.
Jesus.
They cut him today. I don't know if you know that, but they did officially cut him, which we knew was coming, but they did officially cut him today. He's in a lot of trouble. I mean, he faces a lot of felony counts.
Life in prison, dude.
Bro, life in prison. So now, mind you, look, he hasn't had his day in court yet. I have no idea what the evidence,
until proven guilty.
Exactly. So, but it doesn't matter. Just him being in that situation, a serious situation, got him cut. So even if he's not guilty, it's a bad look, bad situation.
Regardless.
Yeah. So, these off-field things that these same thing with Rashee Rice deal. Like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand athletes in general going through these dumb things that they're doing, dumb decision making over, and especially the ones that keep doing it. You know what I mean? Over and over, they're finding themselves in these situations. Geno Smith got himself caught up in an issue with one of his baby mamas or whatever, and then he got caught driving over the speed limit or wrong tags on the car. How are you driving with different plates? What you're doing. You know better, and yet then you're mad that you got pulled over when you have different plates. Like, it's just stupidity. You're a multi-millionaire, Mikey. Why? Just get the plates fixed. What are you doing? You know what I mean? There's no excuse. So once again, man, like, I think like when that shit happens, it doesn't matter how good you are. Now, the same thing with Brandon Ayuk, by the way. If the 49ers, even if they cut him, I don't know what GM is willing to take that on.
Only Washington. I'm telling you.
And that's Washington, a scary boy.
Because
Washington
his best friend is the quarterback.
It's still scary. If you're the GM there, you are going, boy, oh boy, right? Is this guy going to put me on blast on Twitter? If things don't work out, you know what I mean? Like all that has to play a part of it, So Stephon Diggs, once again, it's like teams look at the stuff. Teams look at your off-field stuff. Teams look at your social media and what what shit you talk about a former team or teammate or coach. You know what I mean? And Stephon Diggs has some baggage, when it comes to that. So you want to get to some of the chat and then we'll read why.
No, we're good. I was going through it.
Okay.
A lot of them are just talking back and forth about if they would take Diggs back or not.
Okay. Okay.
Triggs like, I would take him back in a heartbeat. I want dogs. I'm sick of these damn choir boys.
I would too. I just 1 year deal. So,
I would too. And Roy pointed out, remember how his production nosedived once Joe Brady took over. Also, the offense changed once Joe Brady took over. Was that a McDermott thing? Was that a Brady thing? We're not going to know until the season starts.
Correct. I still think that was a McDermott thing, but
I do too.
Yeah. So here we go. Why shouldn't the Bills bring Stephon Diggs back? This is likely the area where most Bills fans would fall when presenting the idea of bringing Diggs back. From 2020 to 2023, Stephon Diggs was a fan favorite, and he was. But his exit sparked a lot of drama within the organization. Bringing a guy like that back would go against the everyone eats mentality the team has been trying to build. But I don't think that mentality is here anymore. Anyways.
Everyone eats crap? No,
yeah, I think that's gone. So we'll skip that part. That part I could give two shits about. Is adding a bit of talent via former controversial player worth risking everything you've been building the last 2 seasons? That's the question that the Bills would have to ask themselves if they bring back Diggs. No one will ever know what truly went on behind the scenes, but Diggs' exit left a sour taste in Bills Mafia. From the outside, it looked like he had everything. A superstar quarterback who would always stick his neck out for him, giving him first option targets, constant winning, and a 4-year extension. Leaving these things behind to go to the Texans, where he had to split targets with Nico and Tank, left people all more confused. With all that being said, has enough time passed for the front office and Bills fans to forgive Diggs? Most people would answer no. If this is the case, then it's unlikely he'd ever return to Buffalo. So what's your thoughts on that?
As Trigg says here, the offense had McDermott's fingerprints all over it. Ty Dunn talked about it. Diggs left because of McDermott, not Allen. Correct. It goes back to what was Diggs and Bean's relationship like? Did Bean let him go? You have to remember, a year prior to that, Bean gave him a big-ass extension.
He did.
Because he loved him. And then the whole fallout between McDermott and Diggs happened, and Bean let him go because maybe McDermott just couldn't work with him anymore. And it became a distraction between the two, and they said he's got to go.
All right.
It really comes down to what their relationship is, because I don't think Josh and him have a horrible relationship. I don't think it's as good as it once was. I do think the whole issue between McDermott and Diggs strained Josh's and his relationship because Josh didn't come out and publicly back Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that strained the relationship. I'm not gonna lie, because that's kind of what Diggs is about, publicly stating things. But at the end of the day, if Bean liked him and they had a good relationship, I absolutely can see him coming back, because I don't think there was any issue between Joe Brady and Diggs.
I don't think so either. No, I think it's funny. Like the Dunn article comes out, but yet, like, even without that article, me and Mikey have been kind of saying this for like at least 2 years now, that McDermott was having his hand in the cookie jar on the offense. And
we canned our offensive coordinator because our special teams coach couldn't get us lined up.
Right. So it's just like, it just was kind of like we saw the writing on the wall. And I think when Dable left, and then when you really look back at it, and I'm talking about the offense, forget the defense and all that. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole mess. But I think when Dable left is the moment that McDermott knew, okay, now I can make it what I want to make it, right? And because that was that was the fight between Dable and McDermott. Was Dable wanted the offense to be, high flying, not giving a fuck. Let's air it out. Let's have fun ball, kind of. Let's score. Let's do, like, And I don't think McDermott ever truly
Liked
wanted that. Liked
No.
it, right.
He likes the
But-
ground and pound play defense.
Right. But I think because McDermott was fresh, new coach, he wasn't going to overstep maybe in that part of the field, meaning the offensive side. But I think once he knew Dable was leaving to be a head coach, because we knew that was coming. We knew it was coming.
We knew 2 years before he got the
Exactly. And I think that there was never a plan, just like the DC, but there was never a plan to get outside help, meaning I'm going to hire this seasoned offensive coordinator. It's been, doing it for years. It's available. It wasn't in the works because he wanted it. He wanted a guy to go understand what he wanted, and you're going to do it my way. And I think Dorsey's first year was still in the Dable type of offense, but it slowly turned into what McDermott wanted. It's funny, Mikey, because I look back on an old tweet that I did by mistake. I was looking up something on McDermott, and I saw my tweet. I'm like, McDermott is trying to change his offense under Ken Dorsey. I'm like, damn it. I was talking about this years ago. So like,
As Roy
I
says,
saw it then. Yeah.
McDermott was here 3 years too long.
3 years too long. Yeah. But then you saw what happened, right? So when Dorsey got fired, Brady took over. Remember that half season was a little
Clunky.
He was still kind of working still with the Dable Dorsey playbook. But if you recall going into the offseason, remember when they made the official announcement that Brady would he would be OC, that full-time OC. Remember, that's when they were like, oh, Brady's now going to do we're going to make it in this offense now. Remember, it's going to be the everybody eats. We're going to do this type of, like, they told you right there, we're washing that shit away. Everything that you saw in the past is gone. We're doing everybody eats now. We're going to do it this way. We're going to run heavy. We're going to, you know what I mean? So it changed right there. But I don't think that was totally on Brady, meaning I think Brady went along with it because he needed the job, right? I mean, let's be real, right? It's an opportunity to work with Josh Allen. It's still a good team. And I don't know if many people are knocking on Joe Brady's door at that particular moment. I'll tell you this, though, Mikey, looking back at last season when that game where Brady tried to do like a trick play and it backfired, I think it was a misdirection to Dawson Knox. Or it was like a backward pass or something. It was something to Knox. It was some kind of trick play that fumbled. Remember, Knox fumbled. Then after the game, the press conference, and then McDermott said he's being too cute. Remember? And then Brady went on like shortly after, and the reporter asked him, "Hey, McDermott said you're being too cute." Remember, Brady's response was like, "I don't think I'm being too cute." Remember that? So that was, I feel like, Brady's first time where he's like, something ain't like, no, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like where he was kind of sticking up for himself because he could have went like, yeah, you know what? McDermott's right. I got a little too cute there.
We stopped doing trick plays. We stopped doing, motion.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Passes. We stopped doing a bunch of shit after
creativity was gone. Yeah. So I'm just saying, my point is I feel like the relationship started Brady was starting to go, fuck this shit. Like, I really feel like he was going to be gone. Let's say we kept McDermott, Brady would have been gone. Yeah. Even if he wasn't hired as the head coach, I think he would have left. Just like the other coordinators, like Chad Hall left.
I do.
You know what I mean? Like
Brady was getting the head coaching job with the Raiders.
But even if he didn't, my point is, I don't think he stays. I think he wanted to be himself. And I talked to somebody the other day. I'm like, because somebody mentioned like, oh, who cares? It says too cute, but you don't understand, like, when you tell somebody that runs the offense, like, you're shitting on, like, hey, man, you're not fucking B2, then they're never, like, then Joe Brady's never going to do it again. And I don't want my coordinator being, like, feel like he can never be himself and, you know what I mean, be creative because he has this guy breathing down his neck. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
We're going to find out this year. Roy also thinks that Bean's been here for 3 years too long. Well, guess what? It's year 4. And chances are it's going to be 5 and 6, and you're going to have to eat it.
You're right.
I'm still on Bean Island.
That's right.
We have to get the Samuel L. Jackson and his mother effers in here.
We're still on Believing Bean Island, Roy. No matter what. All right, let's get to the next one.
No rant.
All right, so this one is a good article by SI. Let me pull it up real quick. One thought on all 11 Buffalo Bills position groups before training camp, Mikey.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see what they got to say.
Oh, before we move on to this one, right?
Yep,
So let's talk about that Washington piece that we were just talking about.
Oh,
right?
sure. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
And you sent it to me right before the show started. And it said, you know, who they're looking to replace Dan Quinn with.
Oh, that's right. We didn't even mention that.
Yeah. If Dan Quinn doesn't turn it around this year, it's Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
So looking at the teams, where do you think Sean McDermott would do the most good as a head coach? I could think of two right off the top of my head.
Washington is an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, because they have a young quarterback.
Right, young quarterback and a good defense.
And a good offense. And they have defensive players.
They have defensive players. Sorry. They got good talent in the building.
Yeah.
I absolutely could see him going there. Where else could I see him?
I can see him ended up in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati would be interesting, but boy, with the way he likes to run his offense, though, I don't know.
With Joe
you know
Burrow,
what I mean?
like
like slowing down your offense, right? Like I don't know if Burrow would be too pleased with that either, though. Like I don't know.
But
you know what I mean? Because they're built around their offense,
the high-powered offense, bringing in a defensive guy, who's a culture builder.
I can see the Jets, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but I see the Jets being
him wanting to go to the Jets and try to turn the Jets around to flip off
same division.
The Bills. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But if you guys don't know, there was a report saying, now it's just a report, it doesn't mean anything, but that the Commanders, if Quinn doesn't work out, that McDermott is on their list as potential replacement. A lot of lists. Yes, I think he would be. He's
a good head coach.
He's a good head coach. Yeah, I don't think he's great though, but he's good. I think somebody listen. If you're a dumpster fire team, you're firing coaches, like you got problems. He's a guy that can definitely turn things around, or at least start the process of that rebuild and get you at least, in the right direction. But I also think like that's his problem though. Once he is in that right direction, I don't know if he can get over the hump. right. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. Or Kenny,
will he land another Josh Allen who helped carry him?
Correct. And that's right. Because if you get stuck with a bad quarterback, and that's why I always find it interesting when I bring up Rex Ryan, I feel like Rex Ryan, he only got 2 years here, right? And
I'm not a Rex Ryan fan.
I know you're not, but when you compare the two, and Rex Ryan, let's be real, his shtick is he's a defensive minded head coach. He's a defensive guy that really can get defenses going. Now
found a way to ruin.
I get it, but it was only 2 years. You got to remember too, when he inherited, he also changed it from a 4-3 to 3-4. But with that being said, he did a great job with the Jets, and he got them as far as McDermott did, 2 AFC championship with Mark Sanchez. So is there really too far of a difference between McDermott and what he did with the Jets compared to what he did here in Buffalo? I say no, because
the difference is McDermott is quiet. Rex would boast.
Correct. I think that's what kind of drove Rex out of. Yeah. I think that's what drove him out of town, because you could tell Pagula, even with the statement about like I don't like. Remember when he said I don't like, what did he say about McDermott? I don't like guys
out in the public. If you're trying to stab someone or be out in the public, I don't like that. I'll back the other one.
Right.
And
so McDermott thought of Rex, right? You know,
the first time McDermott ever went out to the public against Brandon Beane, and he's the one that was gone. He played. I think they were headed for a breakup, and McDermott going to the public, I think, sunk him. I really do.
I do too. Yeah, and I also think behind, like I said, behind doors when they had these conversations, I also think coaches had to do. Like I think Brady probably mentioned something too. Like I just believe like something happened inside that organization with the coaching staff, and I'm not saying all coaches didn't like McDermott. But I'm sure some of them had something to say. And also, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, go back. I mean, you got guys, like I said, Chad Hall, you got Leslie Frazier, who was a weird exit, and that was a odd exit, to be honest with you, the way, that was all handled.
We know the Dable McDermott breakup.
And we know how that went. Right.
Yeah.
And he also fired Ken Dorsey. He fired his special teams coach.
He never went outside. Honestly, it came down to they wanted to change the defensive philosophy, and knowing McDermott was the head coach, they were never going to change it. They had to get rid of him in order to change the philosophy.
They had to. Yeah, and I think that was to be honest with you, I think that was probably one of the biggest reasons. And I don't think they wouldn't say it because they're not going to throw him under the bus because that's what he is, a defensive coordinator, a defensive mind coach. And I don't think they want to hurt him publicly. You know what I mean? But like, hey, his defense was trash for the last 4 years. But I think that had a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was part of the conversation, 100%.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't watch much soccer, but there's been a few, as Beth really sucked into this overtime soccer game. Those shootouts are always fun to watch. Overtime, anything is fun to watch.
I didn't even see Beth said that. Where she said that?
She's like,
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It says I'm sucked into side 1-1. Now they're headed into playoffs.
So I don't watch soccer a lot either, but I have tuned in a couple games. So I was watching the Germany game today.
Good one.
And bro, Germany got hosed, bro. Like, I'm not a Germany fan, but they absolutely got hosed and they lost in overtime on kick. But they had a header in overtime. They went up 2-1. They would have won 2-1. And soccer. These players, by the way, they fake injuries worse than they flop
like
no other, bro. You would think they broke every bone in their body. So
like you're waiting for the ambulance to come out and get them, and then they get up and run away.
It's ridiculous, bro. And they're laying on the floor, and then they get up like nothing happened because they bullshit. But anyways, let me tell you real quick the play. It was a corner shot, right? It was a corner for Germany. Mm-hmm. They kicked it real high, and the guy got a header, and the goal went in. So then they're like, I guess they buzzed for the replay. And basically a German player was by the goalie. And, bro, barely – they barely touched. They barely touched. And the goalie fell down. No, the goalie fell down, and they called it fucking goalie interference. Bro, but the goalie totally flopped. He barely – it was unbelievable. But I mean, I know it's the rule, but they were even saying, bro, come on, you got to kind of – some things you kind of
listen. That's on the German player for even getting close enough to touch him.
No, he's right to even get that close. Yeah, and he probably did it on purpose to kind of. But I don't think he thought he would have flopped because I think if the guy doesn't flop, he doesn't. They never go back and look at it. You know what I mean?
He flopped and the goal went in, so they replayed it. He made sure.
Well, he flopped and he got back up though. He did get back up.
Well, listen,
but it's too late.
Does that in the NFL when they hit him in the head? He falls down to make sure the ref knows he got hit.
He is a big flopper. Allen is he's a major flopper.
Yeah. I absolutely love any overtime sports. That's the funnest there is. Playoff and overtime sports.
No, it's cool.
Richie comes in and says going 6-0 before the bye. Easier than we think. A lot of tougher teams at home, and absolutely love Houston week 1. No real solid film, and yes, they have a great D, but Houston has no idea what's coming. 13-4. I love that.
Yep.
I think I had us at 12-5. But 13-4 would be fantastic. Mm-hmm. Listen, I just don't think because Joe Brady's now the head coach that this team's going to fall apart. I just don't see it.
I don't see it.
With Josh Allen that team, I just don't see it falling apart.
He'd have to be the worst goddamn coach of all time. I mean, calling the most ridiculous play calling ever for this team to just
finds
fall
a way
apart.
to fix that.
Right, exactly. Jim Leonhard I just don't.
Must not know how to use any of the players that he has.
Right, both sides of the ball just totally melts. I just can't see it happening, guys. I just don't. We're too. You know what it is too. We're too seasoned of a team. Meaning we have a lot of players that have been here a little bit. Right. Yeah. And these players have made playoffs every year. You know what I mean? Like I could count on this team. Right. And that's not being cocky. It's just the reality is this team. I remember every year me and Mikey would go into an off season when they would like count us out or this year's not the year for Buffalo going to the playoffs or we're not going to win. Miami. Remember we even had one year Miami's winning the division. And it's like, dude, do you not know by now? Like we're a good team. Like that's not, it's the playoffs is where, if you want to talk about the Bills blowing it, okay. But the regular season, dude, we've proven ourselves to know how to overcome things, overcome injuries, right? And still win, right? Still get enough wins to get into the playoffs. So that I'm not worried about.
This is a hot take. Bills D will be better than Houston's. So much to be excited about right now.
That is a hot take because Houston has a hell of an elite defense.
But
you know who I said that about? And I'm not going to, and it's an interesting point. I said that about the Jets going into one season after they had an elite. I mean, I thought they were up there. They were borderline.
Yeah, and then they just like fell apart.
They fell apart. And that's still with their old head coach, who was a defensive coach at the time. So it wasn't like they switched coaches. Yeah, they still had Saleh, who's an excellent defensive coordinator or defensive-minded head coach.
Just because you're good one year doesn't mean it's going to be good every year.
So, once again, I will say this. On paper, and that's why I try to defend this team.
Injuries ties it, too.
Injuries.
If they get an injury to Grenard or
right. Or sometimes just shit don't go right. Yeah. Sometimes just shit in the season doesn't go the way you planned it to go. Like, it happens. You know what I mean? So, I got, with Houston, it's kind of like the Jets. I've only seen it 1 year now, or what? I would say 2 years now, right? They've been pretty good 2 years. So let's see if let's see what they do here. But on paper, they look legit. I won't lie. They look legit on paper.
I will tell you, I'm more excited. Like, I love the idea. I think it's going to take us a while to get our defense to where we want it. Like, we're going to play better defense at the end of the season than we do at the beginning. But man, I'm excited to see this offense get better because I think DJ Moore and a healthy Kincaid is going to change this offense more.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And
I'm so excited about this offense.
Yeah. And we're going to get into the defense.
Pete Carmichael coming in. Oh,
I think next week, let's dial into. So we'll do the same thing we did tonight with Leonhard that we're going to do tonight. We'll do it with the offense. You know what I mean? We'll talk about the differences and maybe what to expect from Carmichael and Brady in 2026, right? Without McDermott having his hands all over it, right? Because that's gone, right? So we'll get into that next week. I do want it because we have some stuff to go through tonight. Yeah. So, all right. So you ready for this? This is the competition here. All right. So let's get into that. All right. So this is, Mikey, the one thought on all 11 Buffalo Bills position groups before training camp. All right. So who will win quarterback 2? I'm pretty sure Allen, right? Kyle Allen. I mean, I don't.
Oh, God. Kyle Allen's going to be the QB.
Yeah. I don't think Michelle is going to win that. So, and not that Kyle Allen's great, but Kyle Allen
is winning that shit by default.
Right. He's winning by default. He's actually started before, right? On another team, I believe, right? So,
and he's played with a couple of the receivers that we have, including DJ Moore.
And he was here before, right? He's had experience with the team already. So I'll say that's an easy one. Exactly. So Ray Davis needs more touches. What do you think about that?
What Ray Davis do you get? Do you get rookie year Ray Davis in the backfield, or do you get second year Ray Davis? Because he got touches early and he didn't do anything with them.
It says Joe Brady has already hinted at there being more of timeshare between the Bills' top 3 running backs. I mean, I didn't hear there, but I'll have to look that up. But I mean, just SI saying that he hinted at it. I'll have to look that up.
You might see Cook get less carries, but he's not going to lose as many touches because you're going to see him probably bigger passing game. I think they're going to use Cook like they used Kamara.
It's a good
and
point.
Darren Sproles in that Saints offense.
Makes sense, actually, if they're saying that to be true, because if they are planning on doing what they did with Kamara here in Buffalo, and remember, I gave you that funny stat with Kamara, and I swear to God, Mikey, I could swear Kamara had 1,000-yard season. He's never had 1,000-yard season.
No, he's had like 1,500, 1,800-yard combined seasons.
Combined, but I'm talking a rushing season.
He's never like 900 and 900.
But remember when I told you that? You're like, what? Like, I could swear he did, right? Like, Kamara's always been that dude, but he's been that dude because he's been good in the passing game and touchdowns, and you know what I mean? He's electric when the ball is in his hand. So
just like
James. Exactly. So if that's true, and they are maybe going, hey, look what we can do here with James. He's that effective. Maybe Ray does get a little bit more carries, right? Because they're going to reduce his role and not have him so burnt out with the carries. You know what I mean? If they're using him more in the passing game. So that could be a possibility. Now the question is, will James Cook be for that? Like, will he be like good with that?
We'll see.
You know what I mean? Because that also that will diminish his yards.
Yeah, listen. how much do they like Ty Johnson, and how is he going to fit into the into the
He's
scheme?
an interesting one. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Knowing that Ray Davis was an All-Pro kick returner last year, are they going to maybe limit some of it because they want him to continue being the kick returner? Like, there's so many things there.
Variables, yeah.
We'll have to wait and see what training camp and preseason looks like before we know, because rookie year, Ray Davis looked really good. I was excited for him to be RB2.
He did. He had some breakout runs.
Did not look great. He had a few. He got better as the season went.
Yeah,
but I wasn't overly like, oh, I'm clamoring for more of him. Give the ball to Cook, because he's a monster.
I thought his vision got worse in year 2. Like, I thought he was impatient,
but he
wasn't
in the pass game.
I'm talking about running. Like, he was impatient. He wasn't letting his blocks, offensive line, set blocks for him. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like he was running in the back of his offensive lineman, where James Cook was. Remember when we talked about James Cook? I thought where James Cook really started to impress me was he was being more patient, kind of doing what Le'Veon Bell was really good at, which was letting your blocker set up blocks
and then bursting through the hole.
And then going. Ray Davis was just going, right? Not really letting it set up. And I felt like that's where kind of hurt Ray Davis last year. So if Ray Davis can just be a little bit more patient, he's good. We've seen him, right? He can also, and he's not like he's super slow. Yeah, he can break one. So, and he's good in the passing game. So we'll see. He just has to be more patient and kind of do what James Cook's been doing. So, all right, Keon Coleman is.
The question is, do you care if Ray Davis says he wants more playing time?
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, but
you want more playing time? Show out on the field.
Do I care that he wants? No, but would I like to see it? Sure. If they're going to do what they're plan on doing with Cook like they do Kamara, it would give James Cook more more energy. Exactly.
Ability to
it won't wear him out. It won't wear him out. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going into playoffs, you don't want your running back being overloaded. You know what I mean? So
and in the biggest game.
Exactly. So all right, Keon Coleman is toast.
If he doesn't flip the switch, hard to say no. Like,
yep. But they're giving him a chance. Remove Dalton Kincaid's training wheels. What do you think about that?
Well, we just need to be freaking healthy, man.
Yeah. Yep. But it says here, I understand the Bills' goal is to keep Kincaid healthy throughout the regular season into the postseason. He was stellar for Buffalo in 2 playoff games last year. And he was pretty good last year, finishing with 9 receptions for 111 yards and a couple of touchdowns. But the offense sputtered without him at times through the regular year, costing Buffalo an AFC East title. And that is true because of the injuries. 3 of Buffalo's 5 regular season defeats were games in which Kincaid did not play. Yeah. Coincidence? I think not. And that's a great point. That is because he is a focal point of the offense. He's one of them, at least. In a make or break, he's a mismatch. Because I kind of feel like he's a hybrid. He's a hybrid receiver. You know what he's like? He's like the tight end for the Bengals. What's his name? Gesicki.
Yeah, so I think he's a better version of Gesicki. But yeah, let's hit the super chat button.
Oh yeah, let me hit that. Give me 1 second. You know the super chats what they get.
Thank you very much.
Mike Dude Richard.
Oh man, I didn't even hear this thing. Richie comes in and says Leonhard will get us over the playoff hump. Hold other teams to 17 to 20 instead of 30 plus, and we'll win a Lombardi this year. Genuinely feel it, boys. Go Bills.
Absolutely. I love the confidence, man. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being confident about this team. Don't let people who feel the opposite way tear you down and make you feel anyway. If you're confident about this team going into the season, go ahead and say it. Yeah. Don't once again, you don't need to shy away from what you feel that this team's going to do. If you feel like you're confident in the defense, you're confident in the defense. And that's why, bro, I'm not backing down on my comments about Brandon Beane, about this team, about the rookies I like, about the players. It is what it is. I'm going to say, and Mikey's going to say what he has to say. So, but anyways,
Danger Zone feels like Leonhard is him.
Oh,
and
what's
listen,
going on?
From everything I've seen from Leonhard, I don't disagree.
Yeah, dude. He's and we're going to talk about Leonhard in about a couple minutes right when we're done with this. Actually,
how you doing?
What's going on, Edward?
Yeah, Kincaid's biggest issue is injuries.
That's it.
You know,
that's it. Yeah.
When it comes to 5'8" white guys not named Eminem. Oh, I can keep it up with the chat. Stark difference for Friday nights.
Whatever, Roy. Roy.
I just kind of stop Tommy in his tracks and say, let's get the chats in here.
Yeah, we don't want to get too behind, Tommy. All right, so let me get make or break year for Buffalo to push things to the limit, including allowing Kincaid to forge his way through whatever he continues to deal with regarding his knee ailment. Remember, he didn't get surgery either, okay, without having to spend so much time on the sideline. I don't believe he should play through the injury if he is significantly hampered, but the Bills should no longer be resting Kincaid when there is a chance he could go at slightly less than full strength. Even 85% of Kincaid is better than much of what the team has elsewhere as far as targets in the passing game. Do you agree with that?
To an extent, yes. I think you're going to see him limited through training camp, but once the season starts, I don't think you're going to see him limited at all. I think you're going to see him out there more. I don't know, because we do have 3 really good tight ends. He doesn't need to be out there on every play, but I do think he should be playing between 65 and 70% of the snaps, you know?
Yeah.
And go from there. He's a true mismatch. And I'm excited. Listen, Carmichael, and we'll get into this a little bit more next week. Carmichael has had Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
So he knows how to use the tight ends. So
he does. Yeah.
And mismatch tight end. So I'm excited to see what comes from it moving forward. And we'll go from there. We won't get too deep into that, but yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. We'll get with the rest of the chat before I move on.
Yeah, buddy, Pez. Absolutely. I feel like the Bills are taking back the AFC East. I really like what I see and hear about Leonhard. Me too.
There's a lot of E's and A's and L's there. That's right. That's right, Beth.
Listen, there was 2 DCs I wanted, right? Leonhard was my top one. And then, God, what is his name? He went to the Niners. He's the DC for the Niners now. I can't think of his name. But he was the former head coach who ended up getting let go. And but yeah, can't remember the other one. But there was those 2. They both have attacking style defenses, and that's what I wanted different this year with this.
Absolutely.
I was sick of the soft zone style defense. I want someone that's going to go out and attack.
Yep.
This message was sent. Was sent on Friday night at 10:30 p.m.
Oh, excuse me.
Is it necessary, Tommy? With Henry Leonhard on board, it's naturally going to bring back Rex. I would love to see Rex back as like a linebackers coach or a senior defensive assistant. That guy, bring me any great football minds into the building.
Yeah, I just think and I know we won't get back on the Rex talk, but I just think if you're
Morris,
comparing,
thank you.
Yeah, Raheem.
Thank you,
if you're
Roy.
comparing the 2, Rex came from a long line of football. Family, brother, obviously his father, dad. Dad was a hell of a coordinator. So like, I'm just saying, like, I don't think he got. And your point is right. I think he got shoved out after 2 years, which is too soon, to be honest. But I think you're right. I think he's too boisterous, too loud in the room, and I think Pagula just wasn't going to have that moving forward. So,
yeah.
But I do think he would have worked out in the long run. I really do. If we had Josh Allen, I think he would have got the defense right because he's a good defense coordinator.
Oh, I like Henry Leonhard is his name.
All right, let's get back to this.
You keep moving.
All right, hand the keys to Alec Anderson at left guard. What do you think about that?
I think he's the penciled in starter today. I do think he's got a stiff battle ahead of him, though. I really do. Because Corbett, if he doesn't get hurt, is a really, really good left guard.
Yep.
And then he has a couple young guys chipping at his heels that want to get on the field.
I think it's going to be a good battle at camp because Corbett is a veteran, and he's been a starter, and he's not a bad player at all. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think what happened with Corbett's
he's been good
injuries.
when he's had to step in. Anderson, when he's had to step in, he's done really well.
But
Whether
stepping
it's at guard,
in is different
guard,
than
tackle,
right.
Big tight end. Everything they've asked him to do, he's done really well.
Right, but on a limited basis, right? That's where it all comes in, right? Corbett has had longer stints at starting. So it's going to be interesting. But either way, even
don't count out SVP either, who they said will get run at guard this offseason.
True. But let's say it's between those two, Corbett and Anderson. It doesn't, for me, I'm cool with it. Doesn't matter if Anderson gets the nod and he beats out Corbett. Corbett's a hell of a backup. Like I'm cool with that too. You know what I mean? If Corbett gets the job, Alec, we know Alec can fill in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Corbett goes down, something happens to Corbett. So I think it's a win-win, to be honest with you, at that spot right now. But I will say this though. They gotta eventually figure out long-term solution there. Can't keep doing this, right? Like if Alec is the guy and he steps in, he has a good year, then you gotta figure a way to
be our first 4th round pick.
It could be too, yeah, but they gotta figure something out. Like you can't keep. I hate the whole musical chair thing, and that's why I want Osiris Torrance to be here, because now you're next to Brown, who's already got his contract. You're next to Mitch McGovern, who's just got his contract, right? Mm-hmm. And then hopefully, I don't know how much longer you think Dion has. Like if let's say Dion has a bounce back year. Let's just say it's a bounce back year. Where do you see Dion?
Weight in check.
Yeah,
Dion could have another 4 or 5 years. Because he's 32.
I don't know his age. We drafted him in 2017. 32? Probably 31. Let's say 31. I don't want to kill him.
No, could Dion be like Trent Williams, who's 38 and still really good?
Yeah, true.
Could he be like Jason Peters, who was great and into his 40s?
Right, forever.
Like, there's no telling how long Dion, if Dion stays committed, like even with like, think about how like Dion had a down year and was still really good.
That's what I keep saying to Bills Mafia. It's not like I get like where Bills Mafia is going with Dion, but he wasn't terrible.
All pro last year, but he wasn't terrible. He had a couple bad games, but
yeah. You know where I think affected him, and it's good that he understands this. I think he gained too much weight. And that goes back to, look, I don't know the guy personally, but I will say this. It's been the busiest offseason lately for Dion last year, right? He's doing a lot of, podcasts and his cars. And I'm not saying that's the blame, but if he did gain weight and he did have an off year for him, maybe that kind of played a part, is all I'm saying. So maybe he saw that. Maybe that's why he's working on his body a little bit more. And the offseason this year, and he comes back with a different mindset and working.
And he's really good again this year.
Yeah.
I could see Dion being here for another, 5-6 years.
There you go. So let's say even 4. Let's say even 4.
31.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Then if you lock your left guard down, you have your offensive line.
If you lock your left guard down, it has to be a rookie, because you can't have 5.
No, you can't. That's what I mean. You're gonna correct. You're gonna have to find one of the guys in the draft. I'm with you on that one, and it could be the guy we drafted, by the way. What's his name? That we just drafted.
Arnold's a free agent, guys. Yeah, and he'll be a free agent.
All right, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so the Bills' defensive line is worrisome. What do you think about that?
I'm not worried about the Bills' defensive line at all.
Okay.
I'm excited about what's coming.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I mean, I think, the return of Michael Hoyt. I think Gregory Rousseau is gonna take a step forward this year. I think he's gonna thrive under the new system. I think Ed Oliver is also, as long as Ed, the only thing that worries me about Ed is his health. He had a little setback, whatever that meant. Remember, he said he had a little bit of a, I need to know, and hopefully we can hear him going to camp. He's good at camp, no setbacks, and then I can feel a little bit more confident about Ed Oliver. But if he's healthy, that dude's going to thrive. You know what I mean? So I think the line, Bradley Chubb, the addition of Bradley Chubb, by the way, real quick, it's looking like Bosa's going to retire from the sounds of things. So,
Nick said he's working on his golf game.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like, we had the last bit of anything that was in the tank.
He was good early in the year, but he just faded down the stretch.
He faded down the stretch. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get back to this.
Roy
so
thinks 2 years more of Dion at most.
I mean, it's probably, we'll see, and you might be right. Cause I think Dion is also getting into this podcast game. He's hanging out with the guy Neon, who's a big time podcaster. Like, he's starting to, and that brings money, by the way. And he has the person. Exactly. So I mean, you look at what's his name, the ex-UFC fighter, who's now like I forget his name, but he's all on podcasting now. He's all on the boxing thing and all that. So it seems like athletes are kind of transitioning to that world now.
Daniel Cormier?
No, not Dana Cormier. Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson now. Oh yeah, big time. He does it. He's hanging out with or he does things with the this one YouTuber or kick guy that Aiden Ross. So he's doing things with Aiden Ross all the time. Like they linked up. So it's just a whole new, you see it. This is the new age that we're in. These players are all these. You notice that, Mikey?
Yeah,
all these players are getting podcasts.
Netflix, you have Amazon, you have
Kick, all these podcasts.
You have all these different, but they're
YouTube.
starting to put podcasts on all these streaming services.
Yes,
So
and they're
big
getting
money.
paid.
Yeah,
Big
and then
money.
you have all the gambling sites paying big money.
That's what I'm saying.
FanDuel and
Yeah,
all
right.
the,
Sponsorships are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So these players are looking at like careers going, man, you know what? I got to go through another off season, all this, where my body, you know what I mean? Like a grueling season, or I can get paid, you know what I mean? Doing this and having fun. And you know what I mean? Like, so he might be right on that. 2-3 years, I think, for Dion, if that's the road he's going. Yeah.
We'll see. Roy, I mean, you can think there's going to be a D-line could be an issue. I'm not worried because I believe Jim Leonhard will scheme something up for these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
There's something here that made him say, "Ooh, I want to take that job," because I see the ability. Because he could have had his pick as defensive coordinator at other places, and he chose Buffalo. And he said he saw something with the defense that we had and felt like, "Ooh, I could do what I need to do there."
Correct. Yeah, we didn't reach for Jim Leonhard. Like Jim Leonhard was a name that was floating out there for many teams.
Jim Leonhard was one of the top. Like we took him over Morris.
Yeah.
Established former head coach and defensive guru, Morris.
Right.
So I'm with
Leaving Bean Island. That's right, Weston. Are we caught up with the chat or no?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Mikey, sexy Rob Ryan in the house.
Oh no, you're always sexy Rob Ryan now, Mikey. Oh no, you got to grow your hair out.
No,
be Rob Ryan.
You want me to go blonde? You want me to grow my hair out? Stop it. Ain't happening.
No, it'll be white. It'll be like Rob Ryan. It'll be dope.
Keep your pants on.
Oh my god.
All right, let's
get on. All right, so Bills need to sign a veteran linebacker. I agree with this, but I don't think they're going to sign one until after when cuts are starting to happen during camp. That's what my feeling is. What do you think? Because I think they do add one, and I think they need to.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it happening now. I think they're going to wait for cut day, and they're going to wait.
Honestly, if everyone makes it through healthy, I think they're fine. But I don't think everyone's going to make it through training camp healthy. So I do think they're going to add one. Also, we have about 35 minutes left before I do have to go. So.
Oh shit, Mikey! All right, damn.
We've been on here for almost an hour and a half, brother.
Dude, we go on long term, baby. All right. Let's go through it. Why haven't the Bills signed Trey White yet? Because they don't need Trey White. I'll go through that quick.
I don't think Trey White fits this new scheme.
And they don't need him. I wouldn't be. And it's not any. I'm not dissing Trey White, but you're right. I don't think he fits the scheme, and he's another year older. I mean, it's just the way it goes. So, nah. Too many cooks in the kitchen at safety. What do you think about that?
Well, here's the best part about that. A lot of those guys that play safety can also play other positions, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Tyler Bass needs competition. I agree with this. I have no idea why.
Freaking
I do not get it. Like this is like.
I
love Brandon Bean, but what are you doing?
He must have showed out in
I
OTAs
guess
and stuff, and it was like hitting big ones and stuff. Like maybe part of because he was good when he first came out. Maybe part of it was whatever injury he had was causing him problems, and now that he's got it corrected, he's feeling good again, and he's just crushing.
What I read, though, media said that they weren't allowed to watch him kick. And nobody knows.
But the fact that we haven't brought in anybody tells me that he's looked good in camp.
All right. They also did it last year to us. And all right. Tommy Doman should be the Bill sponsor, and I think he will be. Rookie contract, especially. And I think they drafted him for a reason. And I think, and every punter the Bills have drafted has won the job, by the way. The only one that didn't, he did, but he got cut, was Matarazzo. And that was right.
Going back to that, every punter that's been drafted in like the last 20 years has made the roster outside of Matarazzo, who got cut. And he's still on a roster now, and he's a really good punter for the Chiefs, but
Exactly. All right, so I guess the title that we can get to, and I'll skip some stuff tonight so we can, because I didn't know you were on a you had to go. So real quick, because I was going to talk about the receiver, tight end, running back group. So I don't even need to go through that. We were ranked 29th according to ESPN. What do you think about that?
I mean,
damn, 29th.
How do you have
Jesus Christ,
the leading rusher in the NFL and the best tight end room in the NFL, or second best by the rankings of people, and say you have the 29th best? Is our wide receivers negative?
Right. What's funny?
Causes you that? Like, what are we talking about?
And what's even
all-pro kick returner at running back too. So you had the rushing team and an all-pro kick returner in the running back room. Like, stop it.
So what's funny about it, and what even doesn't make even more sense, and we'll get off this because I want to get to other stuff, because you got to go. But they had the Bills ranked 29th in that group, right? Mm-hmm. Last year, they had us ranked 28th. How the fuck did we get worse when we added DJ Moore? You get what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. Like, how did we get worse when you added a wide receiver? It doesn't. Also, so that's why these rankings, man, sometimes it's crazy.
Leading rusher in the NFL,
right?
An all-pro kick returner that's in the running back room,
right?
And a healthy Dalton Kincaid coming back with one of the best tight end rooms in football. And you're telling me that our running back, receiver, and tight end room makes us 29th?
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense.
Yep. All right, let's get to the Leonhard talk real quick, and then we'll move on. So,
you know who was 30, 31, and 32?
32 was the Dolphins, and 31, I believe, was Cleveland.
I believe 30 Dolphins were 32. They, half their payroll is for guys that aren't even on their team anymore.
Right. So Jim Leonhard, what he brings here to this defense, Mikey, for me, and what's not really talked about too much is the fact that NFL offenses who have played us throughout the years, especially let's just say the last 4 in particular, they all have film on us. They know what to expect from the Sean McDermott defense. We never really made any changes throughout the years. I feel like this is definitely an advantage for us because of that alone, that these offenses have no idea what to expect from Jim Leonhard's Buffalo Bills defense, which is going to be a total change from a 4-3 to 3-4.
Yeah.
An aggressive style defense, unlike McDermott's that was kind of the opposite. So I think that is an advantage for one, because they just don't really have film on, they don't know what to expect.
Right.
And then 2, just the part that Leonhard is, what he likes to do, and what I feel is very interesting about his defense is he likes to play matchups. Like, so he switches out a lot and makes changes per matchup rather than just kind of going with the same flow every single game or sticking with the same style of defense. He also does a lot of disguises that McDermott really didn't do either. And he also does a lot of exotic looks.
Not in the last few years, not since Micah Hyde and them were able to interchange. That's the only time McDermott did. Once they started getting older, they had to stop doing that. And he got very predictable. That's what I like as well. He schemes up to the opponent. He dictates to the opponent versus I'm going to run this scheme. You're going to have to fit my scheme.
Right.
As Beth says, he likes that he throws a lot of things at his players, finds out what they're good at, and then plays them to their strength.
Right. So this is what I like too about Leonhard, guys. That like some of you guys may know, some of you may not. His total defense in Wisconsin, right? Because that's where kind of he made his that's where he made his name kind of as a DC, right? So in his 6 seasons at Wisconsin, the run defense finished either in the top 10 or top 25 in the country 5 times. That's really good, right? In fact, his last full year as defensive coordinator, Wisconsin was first in the nation in 2021. So the dude knows how to defend the run. What have the Bills been bad at, Mikey?
Defending the run.
Defending the run. So you're getting a guy that is understands that's very important and understands how to get that job done, meaning to stop the run. So he schemes it up. Exactly. So that's why I'm not overly concerned either about, us not getting this true nose tackle and we're going to let runs. The way he designs everything and brings players in the box, and his linebackers are ultra aggressive and fast, and can tackle. Like, this is just a different style and scheme that you're going to see in 2026. And you could tell by the players he drafted. Elarms Orr, I have a feeling he's going to win the job. He's going to be the starter.
I do think so too.
Yep.
And I think Dorian and Bernard are going to rotate.
Yes. Yep. But depending on matchup.
Bernard's gonna play the passing downs. Dorian will probably play in goal line type of situations.
Correct.
Or rundowns.
So look, man, I think it's something to be excited about for sure. I don't think it's going to be his best defensive year because I do feel like he's just starting to he inherited a lot of players that some may not work out, right? Because he inherited those, but the ones that he's getting are the guys that he feels going to be the guys that are guys that are going to fit. And then next year, he's going to same thing. Free agents, draft picks. These are guys that are all going to fit in his system. So I think by year 2, Leonard's defense is going to be on point.
I think by year 3, he might be a head coach somewhere. If he comes out and balls out this year and then follows, he'll probably get a few head coaching interviews this next offseason. And then if they continue to grow the defense, and he could be gone in 2 years.
Yep.
But we have a lot of young coaches that could follow in his footsteps as the DC.
How long you got so I can skip some of these?
I have about 25 minutes.
Okay,
I gotta be gone by 9.
All right, cool. So I can kind of run through this. So let's go through. What I'll do is Monday we'll go through the ones that we missed tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this one. Let's go through. I guess we'll skip that one. Okay, let's do the top 100 players, and then we'll do the ranking the best NFL players at every position. How about that? And then we'll close out the show. Yep. All right, so and that should do it. So let's go ahead and
sound the alarms or ring the bell. Love that. I'm excited about Elarms Orr. I was so excited when we drafted him. I think he's gonna be a stud.
Oh, absolutely. All right, here we go. Top 100 players. These are by CBS, guys. So let's see what players they have for the Buffalo Bills. I have not.
Before you move on, Roy said I heard the same thing about Babbage last year. Babbage was running McDermott's defense.
Dude, right. Let me tell you something, Roy. You didn't hear it from this fucking podcast. I never.
I liked Babbage as the DC if McDermott would have stayed the hell out of the way. But honestly, I liked the other guy that they brought in, Nielsen, better. And I was hoping that with him coming in, they would be able to. McDermott just did what McDermott does.
You know what's funny about the Nielsen thing? So my buddy over at what's the podcast? The Ralph Rant. He was like, "Oh, we got this guy Nielsen," and I didn't know too much about him, but he's like,
knew a lot about him.
Right.
Really so good D-line coach.
Right.
Man guy. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I read into him, and I'm like, okay, this guy has a track history, but I still paused and I said, my only concern, Ralph, is will McDermott let this guy be him, take it, or at least say.
We did have more man-to-man last year than we did in the previous
years, but I still don't think it was, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't make that big of a difference. No. And I have always said, look, I don't know what Babbage is about because I don't feel like Babbage this really truly was his doing. Like, I don't think anything that had to do with the defense really kind of laid, like, what was Babbage, was his scheme or was his on his playbook.
It was McDermott's scheme. It was McDermott's playbook. He just called the plays randomly.
And not only that, he took it away from him multiple times. So it's like, how much confidence, and that goes back to the Brady thing. Once you start like doing this, like with coaching, Yeah, once you start,
at least I got a fucking Adam Tommy.
but once you start doing this with your coaching staff, I feel like that's where the disconnect is. Like, and it's not a good thing. Like when you're taking play calling duties away, for me, just fire the guy, right? If he's not a fit, and if you have to do that, there's no reason to have that guy on board, right? If your offensive coordinator,
that was McDermott's.
No, I know, but my point is that it shouldn't be a thing. Like if you have an offensive coordinator, let him do it. Like you hired him for a reason. Let that dude be what he does. You know what I mean? Let him do what he does. And if he does a bad job, you move on. And as a fan, I think we can all go, okay, you know what I mean? Like we get it, right? He moved on. Let's find the guy that could do it. But don't like intervene. Don't take play calling duties away and then keep the guy. It just makes no sense, right? So I hated that about him. And it's funny because I did that Sunday. I did that the 2014 season, part 2. And they were talking about Doug Marrone. I don't know if you remember this, but Doug Marrone in camp got into a shouting match before the season at training camp with Whaley and the other guy, the president at the time. I forget his name. It was people knew about it, right? And once you have Russ Brandon. Once you have that, dude, it's a fucking wrap. Like it's over. There's a disconnect. It's done.
I didn't like him as our head coach anyway, so good.
No, I didn't either. But my point is, you can't have that. Like it doesn't matter. Like the GM's responsibility, regardless of what you don't like about your coach, you hired him. Like you fire him after the season, right? You don't get into fighting matches. Like you know what I mean? Like it's over with, right? At that point, you're done. And that's why that's why he left. Ultimately, he was an asshole anyways, but that's why Doug Whaley you can't overstep your boundaries. You know what I mean? Like you got to it has to link up. Ownership, GM, you know what I mean? Coaching. And I felt like, and when I talk about Bean and McDermott's relationship, I felt like that's one thing I'll credit Bean for, because I don't know if Bean always agreed, but he worked with McDermott and made it, did what he needed to get done. Meaning got the players he wanted for his scheme. You know what I mean? Like work with McDermott, because if Bean went rogue, then you got a problem, right? Then you got
the one time he did, you saw McDermott go to the press.
That was last year. And there you go.
So, all right, let's sit your.
Yeah. Top 100. All right. So I didn't go through this, so I have no idea who's who, or what players are where. So Myles Garrett, number 1. You have a problem with that?
Nope. He should.
All right, just tell me.
He was the best player last year.
Yep. Stafford 2. Got a problem with it?
That doesn't surprise me. I don't think he's really the second best player, but it doesn't surprise me knowing how well he played last year and he won the MVP.
All right. They got Josh at 3. Got a problem with it?
Nope. That seems right. I would put Josh at 2, me personally, but I understand why they him at 3 is a credit to Josh, because usually he's sitting behind Burrow and Mahomes. And
so you can see the argument of 2 or 3. Okay.
Now, I know. I believe 2 or 3 is perfect for where Josh should lie.
That's what I'm saying. So you can have the argument if he should be a 2, but you'd be fine.
You can, but if this is based off of last year, Stafford won the MVP. So
that's true.
When you look at it as a whole, who's the best coming into this year? You got to tip your cap to Stafford. He's coming off the best year, and he has the MVP. So Josh being 3, I have no problem with that.
And he went from 4 to 3, by the way. So they
did move him up. Yep.
They moved him up. All right. So before we move on, just real quick, how many Bills players will make this list? Like besides Josh Allen?
I'm going to say
Cook should be there.
4.
4 more or 3? 3 more.
3 more. I think there's going to be 4 total.
Okay. So who do you think?
Allen, Cook, Dawkins, and it should be Benford.
Should be.
But we'll see.
It should be. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see if CBS is kind to the Buffalo Bills. All right, number 4, Jamar Chase. Now I'll just go through this. Let me know if you don't agree or something, and then we'll stop. Joe Burrow at 5.
Okay.
Penei Sewell at 6.
Here's my thing. I don't know if I'd have Burrow at 5. When he's on the field, yes, he's the 5th best player, but he misses so much time. I'd have a hard time putting him in my top 10.
They actually moved him up. He was 7 last year.
I know, but he misses so much time. I'd have a hard time.
He's such a you don't know.
When he's on the field, he's absolutely a top 5 player. But
I'm with you.
He misses so much time.
All right, Penei Sewell at 6. Mahomes at 7. What do you think about Mahomes? He was last year at 1.
Mahomes is Mahomes, and he goes by his previous. Like over the last 3-4 years, he's led a mid-level offense, but he hasn't had a bunch of really talented guys around him outside of Travis Kelce. So I understand it. He's still Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
If you need to win in a game, one game, in the clutch, dudes as clutch as they come. So I understand why he's there.
All right, Jefferson at 8, Nacua at 9, Jackson at 10.
Okay.
All right, Patrick Surtain at 11.
Okay. Mike at 12.
Parsons at 12.
Okay.
JSN at 13.
Yep.
Hutchinson at 14.
Okay.
Will Anderson at 15.
See, I might have Crosby over Anderson, but that's fine.
Okay. Warner at 16.
Not based off of last season. Last season he got hurt and he disappeared, but before he got hurt, he was a stud. Again, on the field, he's a top 20 player.
Okay. They had him at 19. They actually moved him up.
He changes the game being on the field.
Okay. So being in the top 20, they're right on that, but you would have him a little bit, about 19.
Based off of what happened last year, yes. If this is going off of last season.
Okay. But John at 17.
Okay.
He moved up quite a bit. Trey McBride at 18.
Good last year. McBride's probably the best tight end in football right now.
McCaffrey 19.
Okay.
Simmons at 20.
He's the best top 20 guy that you never hear about.
Yep. Gibbs at 21.
Okay.
Wirfs at 22.
Okay.
Creed at 23.
Okay.
Witherspoon at 24.
I wouldn't say that.
All right. You'd have him a little bit. What?
I'd have probably way lower. I'm not as big as a fan as Witherspoon as a lot of other people are.
He went from 84 to 24 on their list. So
because they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Trent at 25.
He's still the best tackle in the game.
He's unbelievable, right?
He's still the best tackle.
Garrett Bowles at 26.
He was really good. I'm okay with that. Brock Bowers.
27.
If he stays healthy, he has a chance to push McBride for the top tight end spot.
He's damn good. He's good.
Real good.
Kyle Hamilton.
Okay. Christian Gonzalez.
He had a hell of a year last year.
I wouldn't put him at 30.
No?
I think that's too high for him. Like he had a really bad year. He fell off last year.
Okay. Well, they had him at 13, so they did kind of, dropped him. They dropped him a little bit, All right. 31 is Aaron Brewer, center for the Dolphins. Jonathan Taylor, 32.
Our center's better than Aaron Brewer.
This is just saying.
What are we talking about?
CBS.
No.
Right.
Not even close. He's trying to be the second best center in football. Kick rocks.
Mikey is not impressed. All right. Jonathan Taylor.
I wouldn't even have him in the top 100.
Damn. All right. Taylor at 32. Taylor at 32. Taylor's a beast, by the way.
He's great. But is he better than Cook last year?
Well, apparently to them, they think so. Lindstrom guard, 33. Oh, there's James Cook, 34.
So he's the fifth best running back?
Apparently so.
Okay.
All right. Max Crosby, 35.
Okay.
Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, that guy's a stud.
Hunter, right?
Yeah, he's always been good.
Quentin Nelson. Yeah. Hayward. I hate that guy now.
See, I think he should be down like the 70s. He was not great last year. He's living off of previous history, not what he is today. He is not even close.
Fucking crybaby. Yeah, Derek Stingley, fucking liar too.
Really good. Really good.
Stingley, yeah, he's good. Lane Johnson, 41. Been around a minute.
Lane Johnson is also a guy who I'd probably have lower because the guy can't win on the field. He's a top 50 player, but man, he's been injured a lot lately.
Yeah, age too. Quinn.
I would have him over Brewer.
Okay.
I would still have our center up there.
All right.
But
Dak, what do you think about Dak? He was at 90 last year. Went to 43
Dak was
now.
Really good last year, man.
He was.
He really was.
He's not a bad quarterback.
No.
he's a good quarterback.
He was really good last year, man.
Yeah. I think A-Chain should be higher than some of the A-Chain's good, bro.
A-Chain being the 6th running back, I'm okay with. He's really
He's
good,
all they
though.
got. He's really good, dude.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Derrick
A-Chain.
Henry. What about Henry being there? 45.
I'm good with Henry.
St. Brown.
Okay.
Barkley dropped. He was number 3. He's 47 now.
Talent wise, he's top 2.
Man, he took a drop in there.
But talent wise, he's top 2.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But boy, he went from 5'8" to 4.1.
Sauce being a top 50 is laughable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's really. Yeah, he was
going,
24. He did drop, but yeah.
He's based off of what he did his rookie year because he hasn't been good since.
Damn, they gave 2 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
Oh man. George Kittle, 49.
Still a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Derwin
James.
Still a stud. Yep.
All right, now we're getting to the second part. Jordan Love, 51.
I'm not sure I have Jordan Love over a few of the other quarterbacks out there. I have Herbert over him. Like,
yeah, me too.
I'm not overly fond.
I'm not
Jordan
sold
Love's
on him
game.
either. Yeah, neither am I. He's good, but he's not. It's hard to explain. He's too inconsistent for me. You know what I mean? Like some games he looks good, and boy, other games
got hurt a lot last year. But Jaden's a better talent. Herbert's a better talent.
Absolutely.
Trevor Lawrence played better than him last year. Like there's a lot of guys. Bo Nix played better than him last year. I'm like, I like Jordan Love and all, but top 50 player, no.
McDuffie, 52, 53. Yes. Josh Hines, Allen.
Stud.
53, yeah.
Quinn
Dude,
Williams,
I wish we could get wish somehow we got him.
Yeah.
Like somehow, you know what I mean? But nope. Quinn Williams, 54, 55.
Tooney, stud.
Yeah. Brian Burns.
Stud.
Yep. Golf.
Jared Goff over those guys?
57 though. I mean, he's going higher. This is but
he's over Herbert.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he is because Herbert. We haven't mentioned Herbert. Yeah.
Although I do think Goff is better than Love. Played better than Love. Love is still a talent. Like Love is either on or off. He's Mike Bibby of football. You know, in the first few throws, if he's going to be on or off that day.
Yeah. But the problem with Goff is he is so stationary, man. Dude just does not move well in the pocket
Benito, stud. Leonard Williams, stud.
CeeDee Lamb.
Man, CeeDee Lamb at 60 is wild.
That is wild. He should be higher, right?
CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 wide receiver.
Absolutely. He needs to be bumped up. They had him at 27. I think that's right. Yeah. I would keep him right back at 27. Yep. I have no problem with that.
Me too.
Drake May at 61.
After last year, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
He was good last year. Like 62. I would take Drake May over Love.
I would too.
Drake May over Goff.
More potential. Yeah, and he played really good last year.
It's a
except for the playoffs.
Yeah. I get it's a 1 year thing, and that's why he's there, but his ceiling is super high.
I think it's the postseason. See, he didn't play. I think the postseason kind of
horrible in the postseason.
He looks so bad. I think he had record for being like
the worst postseason quarterback ever. Yes.
Yeah. So Chris Jones 62. There's Herbert at 63.
I would probably still have him a little bit higher. Chris Jones is really good.
They had him at 18. He had an off year though. He did have an off year. He did,
but he's still not. Yeah. He's not from 18 to 62 off year.
Yeah, I would have him in the top 50.
I would
somewhere because he has dropped a little bit.
I think Herbert should be a top 50 quarterback.
I do too. What about AJ Brown? He's interesting. You think 64
I think you're going to see
right?
Brown shoot up this year because he's going to get a lot of targets.
He's going to be the go-to guy. Yep. Lawrence, he did play better last year. I'll give him that.
He played a lot better last year.
Yeah,
him making 65 this year after not being ranked last year, I'll give him that.
Yeah. Pickens 66.
Yeah. Pickens was really good last year.
Trey at 67.
Why? The dude didn't play last year.
I don't know what
I mean, from a talent perspective, yeah. But I think
Verse is better.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'd have him ahead of him for sure. Jaden Daniels.
How did Jared Verse drop after having a better year than the year before?
I don't know. From 54 to 68, too. Yeah.
And they're both better than the center Brewer.
Right. Yeah. Daniels is 69. Caleb at 70. What do you think?
I'm okay with
Caleb had a good year. He had a pretty good bounce back year.
Daniels living off his rookie year because he was injured most of last year.
Correct.
Chris Olave living off. He was really good last year. Man, I would love to see him in a Buffalo Bills uniform.
Yep.
Slinging Sammy. I love that. I don't think he's a top 100 player, but I love that he made it.
Yeah, you got it. You won a Super Bowl. You got to give him that. Jalen Carter 73. Yeah. Dejean at 74. Purdy at 75.
Yeah.
I was wrong on him, by the way. I eat crow on him. I thought he was gonna,
He's good.
one and done, but he's
getting better.
wrong. Yeah.
He's getting better.
He's not bad.
Tunsil.
Tunsil, he's another guy I didn't think was gonna make it. I don't know why, but he's a good player. He's not bad at all. Yeah. Zach Allen.
There's our third guy. There's Dion.
There's our third.
He
well, I don't know if we
after
get
down
another guy.
here.
97 to 78. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, you're right. He did. Nico at 79.
Mm-hmm.
Baker at 80.
Okay.
All
Baker
right.
was good.
Brian Murphy 81.
Byron Young, love it. I think
Andrew
Thomas
Hurts at 84.
Okay.
Burn at 85.
Zach Braun, yeah. Jack Campbell.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Bo Nix at 87.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix should get a little bit more love, even though I'm not a fan of him, but maybe a little higher. But TJ Watt, 88.
Yep. What?
T Higgins, 89. I don't know if we're going to get another guy. 90, Derek Brown. Here we go.
They have a lot of quarterbacks in here.
Yeah, Dexter Lawrence, 91.
Yeah,
Tyler Limbaum, 92.
Tyler Limbaum's better than Brewer.
Nick,
God,
I can't pronounce the name.
Horrible.
Nick Bosa. Kamari Lester.
I'm not. No, he's not a top
right.
100 guy.
Drake London. What about London? I think he is. It's fair. He's a good receiver.
He's a bubble guy. I'm with it.
Slater.
Mbuke, yes.
Neighbors,
yes. Even though they didn't play last year.
And last
Loveland.
to finish it out, this guy, Loveland.
I like Loveland, but Benford is better than probably 20 guys on here.
I think Benford deserves to be on that list, 100%. He's a top 10.
But we have three of the four that top 10 corner for sure.
For sure. All right, last one, and you're going to get out of here so you can go.
Yeah.
All right. All PFF team ranking the best NFL players at every position over the last 20 years, Mikey.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Tom Brady. Makes sense.
Offense, quarterback, first team, Tom Brady, second team, Peyton Manning. Do you have any?
Yep. Nope. Those are the two best in the last 20 years.
All
I
right.
will say it's going to coming soon. It's going to be Mahomes and Allen.
Yeah, I do too. But right now, that's right. Running back, Derrick Henry, Adrian Peterson.
Ooh, that's weird. Okay. Derrick Henry doesn't surprise me, but seeing Peterson over McCaffrey does.
Peterson was a beast, though. I know McCaffrey is too, but I think Peterson's
a better running back. McCaffrey's a better playmaker.
He is. You're right. You're right on that one. You're right, because McCaffrey can kind of do it all. Peterson was just
his ability in the pass game changes the numbers.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, but that's where they get, and I think that's a good argument. I think that could be an argument to be made.
Derrick Henry definitely deserves number one, though.
Absolutely. The other running backs. I didn't even read that. I should have read that in the last one. Sorry. Quarterback.
We don't have time to read them, so keep going through.
No. I just want to see. It says Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen says we're also like guys that could be on the list. You know what I mean? Running backs. It says it would have been Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lynch, Edgerrin James, LT.
I would probably have said LT over Adrian Peterson. I think LT is the second best.
He was a beast, huh? You're right.
LT is very much like McCaffrey.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, here we go. Receiver, Julio Jones, first team. Antonio Brown, first team. First team slot, they have D-Hop.
I probably
second
put Brown
team
in the slot, but okay.
Adams, Johnson, and Hill.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know. Calvin Johnson, second team, though? I think Calvin's better than Julio.
I do, too. I would put Calvin over Julio.
Yeah, dude. And
I would probably put Devontae Adams over D-Hop.
Yeah.
But I'm good with it. I'm good with Brown.
Yeah, I am too.
Hill was good for about 5 years.
Yeah.
He was elite for 5 years.
That's
Calvin
a tough one.
And Devontae have been good for 10 years.
Yeah.
D-Hop was good for 10 years. Like, Julio was good for a long time. Like, all those guys, like, I think me personally, if it was my team, I'm having Calvin and Julio with AB in the slot.
Okay.
Devontae coming off the bench. Okay.
I mean, all those guys are
I got 4
good.
minutes, so let's keep going.
Damn. All right. All right. Anyways, Marshall, Jefferson, Johnson, Brown, Thomas, and Wayne Chase were also guys.
I think those ones were right.
Tight end,
Kelsey,
first
Kittle.
Team.
See, I would have Gronk and then Kelsey.
I would too.
And then Gonzalez, then Kittle.
Yeah, I like Kittle, but Gronk is dude.
It's Gronk. It's Gronk, Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know, and you might even want to throw Gates in there over Kittle.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Left tackle Trent Williams and Joe Thomas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to go with that.
And if you really wanted to throw a third one in there, throw Jason Peters.
They didn't mention him, but they mentioned these guys.
Joe Staley would have been a good one too.
Whitworth was damn good too.
Yeah.
Left guard Mathis and Benito.
I have a hard time with Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's one of the best.
He was.
Since he got drafted.
They did not mention him. So
yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, right here. Quentin. I'm sorry, Quentin Nelson being that. Yeah.
Yep.
Next up, center Kelsey and Creed Humphrey.
Keep going down. Let's see who else was available. I don't mind any of them.
Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday is one of the best ever.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, man.
I would probably put him over Creed Humphreys right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
Saturday is one of the best ever to do it.
I might put Mangold over Humphrey. But anyways, right guard Lindstrom and Zach Martin.
Zach Martin, yeah, I'm with that. I'd probably put Martin over Lindstrom.
Yeah, they had Yonda and Brooks was the next two.
Yeah, but I'd probably start Zach Martin. Sewell and Lane Johnson.
Yeah,
hard to go wrong with those two.
They had Caleb McGrary, and I don't even know the other guys.
Ramsek.
All right, defense.
Donald, J.J. Watt. Hard to say no to those two. Those two are two Hall of Famers. Like
Hayward and Chris John. Hayward.
I don't
Hayward.
believe.
Chris Jones, second team.
I'm not a Hayward.
I mean, Aaron Donald's not there. Oh no, he is there. So,
yeah.
Oh, J.J. Watt.
I would probably put
J.J. Watt's there.
Yep, he's there. I'd probably put. I wouldn't even say
Chris Jones.
I guess it's Hayward. I just don't see it.
All right. Nose tackle Dexter Lawrence and Damon Harrison.
Damon Harrison was a stud.
Yeah, he's really good. So
Sexy Dexy's so good too.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
All right, edge Garrett, Mack, Vaughn, and Watt.
Vaughn's got to be first team. If you're going the last 20 years,
you got to put him ahead of Khalil.
It's Garrett and Vaughn.
You have to.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure I'm putting TJ Watt there.
Who else was on this list? They had Graham, Wake, Lawrence,
DeMarcus Ware,
Parsons, Bosa,
Lawrence,
Hutchison, Anderson. Lawrence was a beast too, though, bro. Cameron Wake was.
I would say it's either DeMarcus Ware or TJ Watt.
I'm with you. Yeah,
but I'm going Vaughn and Garrett, and then Mack, and then one of those two.
I'm with you on that one. All right, linebacker Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly, David, and Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis was a stud, but it's hard to take off Bobby or Luke.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Patrick
that one.
Didn't play long enough. Patrick could have been if he would have played longer.
Oh, they had Ray Lewis in the conversation. I don't know. Ray Lewis was fucking unbelievable.
Go back up.
I don't know.
I'm putting Ray Lewis over.
I gotta put. I have to, bro.
I'm putting Bobby in them, and then I'm taking David out, and I'm putting Kuechly and Patrick as my second team.
Right. You have, bro. Ray Lewis has to be on the first team. I'm sorry.
And you can even make the case that Bobby Wagner goes to second team, and Kuechly and Ray Lewis are your two middles.
Right. I'm with you on that. But Ray has to be on that list.
All right. That's out. So
Sherman, our corner, Revis, Harris, Hayward.
Harris, nope. There's got to be better than Harris. I'd put Champ Bailey. Or Carl Woodson in the slot before.
There is Champ Bailey right there. Yep. All right, and we're getting down to the last. Safety
Weddle?
Weddle.
No way. Stop
okay.
No Ed Reed, no Troy Polamalu. Kick rocks.
With the exclusion of Ed Reed, you got to put Ed Reed and Polamalu. Yeah, I'm with you.
Both of those guys are 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And that's it, brother. You made it through. Okay.
Awesome. All right, I do got to bounce out. Thank you all for rocking with us tonight, and I'll talk to you next week.
Later. Jeez. Oh my God. All right, guys. Mikey always on the run, man. Even with his problems, right?
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Even with his back issues, Mikey's still running. Good for Mikey and his back.
I broke my back.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me, man. And if you don't know, there is a barcode up there if you guys want to help me and print this out. Getting into our new home August 1st. I would really, really appreciate it. And And if not, you can always share it, and I would appreciate that as well. And just keep me and Princess in your thoughts and prayers. I will be back on Friday night for Friday Night Lights at 8 p.m. And then on Sunday at 1, we are doing the Down and Drought Series 2015. The Rex Ryan years begin. So I hope to see you guys there as well. So Friday at 8 o'clock, Sunday at 1. And Bills Mafia, I love you. And, of course, I did forget to say something. I don't know if you guys know, or maybe you do, maybe you don't, but every July 4th for the past, I think this is going to be past 3 years. So this is going to be my 4th one. We do a watch along for the hot dog eating contest, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. So that begins, I believe, at 11 a.m. on Saturday, July 4th. So if you have nothing better to do and you just want to get a good laugh, me and my buddy Miles, we do the Nathan hot dog eating contest watch along. And at the end of the Nathan's eating hot dog contest, we do our own little contest of hot dog eating. So join us on Saturday. I'll have that scheduled by tomorrow. So you'll see that scheduled for Saturday as well. So I'll see you Friday night at 8, Saturday. Hopefully I'll see you guys Saturday for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest at 11 a.m. and then Sunday at 1. So Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out here. Peace. And there's Princess. See the Princess in the background there? Say hi, Princess. Later, guys. Oh, look, she wants to say, wait. What do you want to say? You want to say hi to? Want to say hi? I don't know. People aren't chatting. I don't know what's going on. I don't see them in the chat, man, but people are here. You want to say hi to the lovely people here, right? The fans of Mafia Sports Report, right? Trying to, helping us out, helping me and the baby out, right? So, come here. Look at that face. We're going to do a little overtime. Somebody's tired. Look at this. How can you guys not donate to the baby with the chubby cheekies? Oh, man. You going to say hi or what? You haven't said, oh, damn word. You just, what is it? Because you got up from your nap. You just don't want to say nothing. Let's see here. Let's see. Somebody's saying something. Beth saying hi. Beth saying hi, Princess. You look so tired. Look at your eyes. What is going on here? Oh, my God. All right. I think this one needs to go to bed. She's spent. All right, guys. I'm out of here, man. Bills Mafia, I love you. As always, go Bills. Peace.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silly.